Welcome to War India News Hour. Are you ready for the on-demand collaboration technology strategy? Remote work culture has pushed team collaboration vendors to enhance their products. Prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, team collaboration apps were present but not at the center of daily workflow and communications. Now, remote workforces are seeking more maturity from features such as video conferencing, workflow integration, AI and security to safely keep them connected and to improve productivity while the work from home norm continues to be standard. The concept of collaboration is going to become more and more expensive. New features have helped to make the video experience better and more intuitive. At the same time, enterprises and their users still have not been able to evade Zoom fatigue. To keep video burnout at bay, enterprises are initiating efforts to space out meetings and encourage employees to break after calls, and vendors are releasing features that make the experience less taxing and more stimulating. The remote use of team collaboration tools has opened a door to new security concerns. With employees connecting to public Wi-Fi, unsecured broadband and devices, and unsanctioned third-party apps to complete work, IT has had to step up initiatives to protect the sensitive company data that flows through team collaboration platforms. All the vendors have to raise their security game since so much traffic is off-site. It is amazing how quickly remote work became the new normal in 2020. We humans may not be perfect, but we are adaptable. The COVID-19 crisis has opened senior leaders' minds to the ideas of adopting work from home for all or part of their workforce. Let's look into today's headlines in War India. Tencent loses $65 billion in 2 days. Tencent shares tumbled 3.5% in Hong Kong, meaning the company's value has fallen more than $65 billion in 2 days due to concerns that the Chinese authorities will ramp up scrutiny of the tech giant. Chinese regulators fined Tencent $77,000 on Friday and also penalized other big names such as Baidu and ByteDance for not seeking approvals for deals. The authorities could also force the company to restructure. Tech Mahindra acquires Perigord, focusing digital growth. Tech Mahindra has acquired a 70% stake in Ireland-based Perigord Asset Holdings, a company specialized into end-to-end packaging supply chain solutions to the life science industry. Financial deals on their closure is not disclosed. This is the latest in the series of acquisitions in the past few quarters by the Mahindra Group company. The Perigord deal will help Tech Mahindra augment its domain capabilities and also expand its BPaaS, that is Business Process as a Service offerings. It will support to enhance the global pharmaceutical, healthcare and life science sectors. NTT India to invest $1.5 billion to nearly double capacity in 3 years. NTT has announced a $2 billion capex to drive the data centers, networks and solar projects in the country over the next 3 years. NTT in India was created on January 1st of 2021 by merging the three businesses, that is NTT India, NTT Communications India and NTT NetMagic under the leadership of Sharad Sanghi as the chief executive, following an announcement to this effect in last November for focusing more on the data center space, which will see it nearly double the capacity to 2.5 million square feet. No clarity on Bitcoin trading in India. Proposed ban could bring heavy penalties. The latest development on the possible ban on cryptocurrencies in India has created ruckus among the crypto traders and investors in the country. If this becomes a law, it will make India the first major economy in the world to make holding cryptocurrency assets illegal. There is expected to be a provision that will allow cryptocurrency holders a specific period of time within which to liquidate their assets, post which penalties will be levied if not completely liquidated and exited. However, the exact penalties are yet unknown. There has been no official statement on the ban, neither from the government nor from the Reserve Bank of India. Experts say the measure is in line with the January government agenda that called for banning private virtual currencies such as Bitcoin while building a framework for an official digital currency. Public cloud isn't more secure than on-premise, says Michael Dell. It is an absolute fact that the public cloud is no more or less secure than on-premise solutions, says Michael Dell, founder and CEO of Dell Technologies. With the recent SolarWinds and Microsoft Exchange hacks that rocked the IT world, he said the reason is that security is about people and people on both sides can make mistakes and compromise security. He said an organization can implement the best cybersecurity practices to create a highly secure network, but the things that led to a lot of these attacks are human-induced that can occur in a public cloud, can occur in a private cloud, it can occur anywhere, he said. Beijing directs Alibaba to shed its media assets. The Chinese government has asked Alibaba Group Holding Limited to dispose of its media assets as officials grow more concerned about the technology giant's sway over public opinion in the country. This comes after regulators reviewed a list of media assets owned by Alibaba and were shocked at its expensive interests, it added. Jack Ma-led Alibaba has stakes in social media platforms Weibo and several news outlets. Ratan Tata acquires stake in Pritish Nandi Communications. Ratan Tata has acquired a stake in Pritish Nandi Communications in his personal capacity, the company informed the exchanges on March 15. The publicly traded company made the announcement in a regulatory filing on Monday. Founded in 1993, PNC began as a TV content boutique and has made news and entertainment shows over the years. In 2000, Morgan Stanley led its public offering, making it one of the first corporate houses in the media and entertainment sector. It is listed on India's two best-known stock exchanges, the BSE and the NSE, where global funds like Soros, Oppenheimer, Alliance and Lloyd George hold PNC stock. US has nearly 30,000 crypto ATMs to buy and sell currencies. Bitcoin ATMs are popping up in the city and around the country in corner stores, delis, gas stations and other easy access consumer outlets. Recently, the Bitcoin prices have touched a record high above $60,000. The US has over 28,000 Bitcoin ATMs to help people buy and sell the digital currencies, Reuters said, citing a research site. Some machines only offer Bitcoin, while others let customers invest in various digital currencies. There are now Bitcoin ATMs in every state except Alaska as well as in Washington, D.C. Google partners with Automation Anywhere for developing RPA. Google has announced a strategic multi-year collaboration with robotic process automation startup Automation Anywhere to accelerate the adoption of RPA with enterprises on the global scale. The partnership will make the Automation Anywhere platform available on Google Cloud and see the two companies mutually develop AI and RPA-powered solutions, closely aligning go-to-the-market teams. Automation Anywhere's Automation 360 platform will be available on Google Cloud and both companies will mutually develop AI and RPA powered services. Meanwhile, Google will also integrate Automation Anywhere's RPA capabilities into multiple Google Cloud products including APG and AppSheets. Servers impacted by ransomware attack are recoverable, says Tech Mahindra. In December 2019, Tech Mahindra won the ₹500 crore Smart City project from the Pimpri-Chinchwad Municipal Corporation. As part of this project, the company was expected to provide smart and sustainable infrastructure, integrated command and control center and real-time monitoring. Sujit Bakshi, Head APAC Business and President Corporate Affairs Tech Mahindra said that our team is monitoring the situation on a regular basis and has also continued the work on rebuilding the environment without touching the infected servers. The servers which were impacted are recoverable and there are no commercial repercussions. Summing up, the biggest ever disruption we have seen is the education sector. It is the golden time for remote learning businesses. COVID-19 has turbocharged the trend into what's now the new normal for how education gets delivered at a time of social distancing when educators and students alike are operating from home. The emergency deployment of remote education in March 2020, when nearly all the educational institutions rapidly shut down, placed unprecedented strain on IT departments that support educational institutions, not to mention on the educators and students they support. Hardware such as laptops, webcams, headsets and more needed to be purchased, distributed, stood up and supported almost overnight. Due to the surge in demand for remote learning, IT teams and their support capabilities were forced to ramp up as quickly as possible with decidedly mixed results. But the crisis of March has turned into a fact of educational life continuing after 12 months in a row. For enhancing the security, it is time for the educational institutions to develop their own applications to deliver scalable remote education, but a large problem remains providing the necessary help desk support integrated into the design and use of these apps. Reason: we are not sure on how the pandemic will drive this academic session 2021-22. That's it for the day. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to VAR India News Magazine. You can download the VAR India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.